We've got a fun lock knife here. This is the Outis 4-inch Stiletto. Let's have a look around this knife. So I've got some sort of plastic for the handle. I don't really know what it is, something really cheap no doubt. I mean, the thing's made in China, so what do you expect? And actually on that note, I paid about 20 quid for this in a shop. That's quite a novelty in Scotland, being able to go in a shop and buy a pocket knife. Online you're looking at about 15 quid, but then again you're probably going to have to pay about a fiver for shipping for it. The only online shop I've seen these for sale on is Blades and Balls, and that's about it. I mean, if you look up Outis Stiletto, that's the only place that you can get these, unfortunately. You might be able to get these in your local gun shop or your local outdoor shop. I mean, that's where I got mine from. Imagine that, a gun shop in Scotland. Oh my god. Anyway, as I was saying, we've got a 4-inch blade here, so overall that blade is about 4 inches. I believe it's a hollow grind, it feels hollow ground. Being a stiletto, it is pretty pointy. That's definitely a good thing, good for piercing. And we've got a swedge here, or a false edge, which aesthetically it looks pretty nice, I think. Now obviously this is a very, in my view, a very modern interpretation of an Italian stiletto. Please note, by the way, there's no springs in this knife. It's not an automatic, it's not even spring assisted, no springs in this. This is completely legal to own pretty much everywhere, I think, unless stilettos or bayonet type knives are specifically banned in your area. This should be illegal to own everywhere, which is great. Now let's talk about the opening mechanism. So it's just, well actually let's talk about the lock. It's simply a liner lock, simple as. Opening, you've obviously got a thumb stud, and you've got this flipper type thing. Now the point of that is, when you pull out your pocket, that basically catches on your pocket as you open it, as you take out your pocket, and it opens the knives and locks it open. That takes a bit of practice to be able to do that, and you kind of have to have it set in properly in your pocket. I mean, obviously it has to be tip up in your pocket, and you have to grab it about here for it to work. It does work, I've done it a few times, and honestly this knife is quite a lot of fun to play with. And on that note, I've had this knife about a month, roughly 3 weeks, something like that, and I've had it in my hand almost every single day, just sitting flicking it. It's fun. It's a fun knife to play with, which is why I bought this. I mean, it's not really much of a practical knife. I can't really think of much practical you could do with this. Now, on that note, what's a knife like this for? Well, to me, in the UK at least, I mean, this could possibly be seen as a defensive knife. If you're in a country where you can legally use a knife for defence, great, good for you. We don't talk about that here, unfortunately. Self-defence is, for what it's worth, illegal in this country. Here though, what could you do with this knife? Honestly, not much. For me, as part of the collection, I like to collect knives. It's a fun knife. I like to play with it. I just like to play with knives, simple as. If that bothers you, I like to play with knives. Yeah, well, whatever, okay. Go cry in a corner. Being so pointy, it's obviously pretty good for opening the mail. Other than that, cutting fruit, that's about it. Yeah, you could shave wood with it, I suppose, if you really wanted to. I could think of better knives to do that with. I mean, if that's what you want to do with this knife, then fair enough. Other than that, just general cutting. I mean, it's not really a specialised knife. For me, the best thing for this is a collection, and using it as a toy, essentially. A toy as in something to fidget with. Also, I forgot to mention this other flipper tab here. Now, it barely pokes out. I think they've kind of screwed up there because your finger barely catches on it, but you can see there if you try to push down on it. Now, it doesn't flick out like most flipper knives. If you give it some wrist action though, at the same time, well, I can't really do it here because I've not got enough space, but you can actually use that as a flipper. So I've got 3 or 4 different ways of opening this knife, which is great. So overall, I think this is a good, fun little pocket knife. Is it worth 20 quid? Yeah, I think so, definitely. No regrets buying this. It's not the best knife in the world, but it is a good, fun little pocket knife. Excuse me. Now, before I end, I would like to say, or I should point out, this may seem familiar. I kind of noticed after I bought this is basically a direct copy of the Cold Steel Tie Light. Cold Steel makes a knife a lot like this. I would imagine the Cold Steel Tylite is of much higher quality, and I would hope so because the Cold Steel Tylite is literally 5 times the price of this. Cold Steel Tylites are about 100 quid. This thing is 20 quid. So you could buy 5 of these for the price of one Cold Steel Tylite. But obviously the Tylites are going to be of much higher quality. But if you cannot afford the Tylite and you want a fun knife to play around with, this is probably a good option for you if you can find it. As I said, the only website I could really find this for sale on is Blades and Bows. But if you can find this knife for 20 quid or less, I'd say it's worth it. Anyway, I'll end the video there. Thank you for watching.